The next question I wanted to ask you, Trevor, is the big question that I get asked all the time, and I would love to also hear what your thoughts on this are on this. With all this uncertainty happening right now, what is your guesstimated predictions? Obviously, you don't know the future, so guesstimated predictions of the real estate market over the next 12 to 24 months.
Okay. 12 to 24 months is crystal ball talk, right?
Yep.
I usually operate my business, and I think in terms of the next 6 to 12 months, almost always.
Okay.
One thing that I'm paying attention to right now is you and I have a good friend, JP, that sent out something on Facebook or an email, something recently that talked about where listings are right now. So in the Salt Lake market, listings are down 17% now from what they were last year in this time period.
Wow.
Okay? That's a pretty big number of sellers who are not putting their homes on the market, understandably.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So normally springtime, March, April, May is the big flood. That's when people begin to get ready. School is getting out. They're putting their houses on the market. These sellers are waiting. Okay? And it's because they don't want people coming over their house. They're not going outside themselves. With coronavirus and also with the earthquake that hit.
That's right.
There's a lot of just wait and see what's happening going on in the market. So for me, our listings that are hitting the market, even though they're nice houses, but there's almost no competition.
Right.
So in the short term, my current listings, we're pushing those prices just a little bit.
Yep.
And I don't want to discourage buyers from going out and looking. If you need a place to live, you need a place to live.
Right.
But as owners and investors, we know that.
Yeah.
And we're pricing accordingly because there's almost no competition. All three of the homes that I listed this week, there are maybe one or two other houses in those neighborhoods.
Wow.
So to me, that's been really interesting. What do I think that's going to turn into? I think that when we get 60 days down the road, we're going to see a big flood of houses hitting the market. I think weather's going to warm up. The coronavirus hysteria will pass at least somewhat, and people will go outside again. And when they do, we're going to see May and June where everyone wants to sell. But because of so much pent-up demand, I think that there's going to be a lot of people that scramble and frenzy to buy those properties because now they'll finally be available on the market.
Right.
So in the short term, I think it's, we're having a little bit of a low spot right now and everybody's discouraged. Well, some people are discouraged. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, in the past 2 weeks, I put 4 houses under contract. We're buying. So if the numbers make sense. But I think that in the short term, there's going to be a quick rush still at the beginning of the summer. I expect that to go a little longer into the summer just because people's plans will be pushed back a month or two as long as it's a short-term period with coronavirus.
Yep.
Into the end of this year, we're still in an election year nationally. I think the government will try and do everything they can to maintain economy, although I feel like they're making some poor decisions right now. I feel like people are going to become dependent on unemployment checks and the stimulus bill. Yeah. These are things that could cause people to not begin working again as quickly as they could. Right. Anyway, I don't want to get into that type of topic, but for the next year out, I don't know. I don't typically look further than a year. I operate very much in the now because we're a flipping business. Are we buying properties to hold? Yes, if they cash flow.
Perfect. Awesome.